Welcome to Rimworld, and the march of civilization has officially begun for Lowell, who is in a bit of a pickle. Yeah, it's an ancient brutality starter for this game, and we're in an Oasis. So I think we're gonna be doing this for about a year or so, assuming we actually get that far, because I don't know if Lowell will actually make it that far. First things first, we need to get some food rustled up, and maybe some shelter. Shelter might come first, though. We're gonna set up shop, though. Let's see, there's a couple of ruins, and I can easily turn this into a base if I wanted to down here. You know what, let's turn this ruin into a base, so claim. And yeah, this is Lowell, who is our protagonist for the series. Fast walker, caravan, child, and bounty hunter, so pretty great at shooting at level 11 with a single passion. Construction 1, single passion. Cooking 4, single passion. Plans 3, single passion. Social 7, single passion. And intellectual 2, single passion. Well, looks like we found an ancient danger in this ruin right over here. So I guess that's neat. Well, I think we might be having some gazelle for a meal at some point. Oh boy, another ancient danger. I wonder where. On the way up north. Well, Lowell was out hunting gazelle. You know, for some leather, for some clothes. And Lowell is off on another tangent. I hope Lowell knows that they're gonna have to fix that mess. Well, Lowell is fully clothed now in the first travel wear, so that's great. Poor quality though, but oh well, it's better than nothing. Oh hey, looks like we have our first manhunter pack. Let's just see what it is. Tamarins. How many? Better be just one. Nope, it's 2. Well, I'm gonna have Lowell sneak into the right, I don't have the wood for that. Oh well, I guess you're going to confront the enemy, Lowell. And of course the enemy gets first blood. Second blood goes to us. Alright, first enemy is down. On to the second one. Just gotta keep running rings around the, basically a monkey. Saria. Well, so much for, getting some lunch, from this raid. Oh well. Our manhunter pack. And that takes care of the last one. Finish off and finish off. Of course there's one left. Why wouldn't there be one left? Hold on. I thought I took care of this mess. It jerks. Anyways, I think that takes care of that. Realsies this time. And now there's a method structure. How lovely. Go take it out. Just like that. Well, we finally have the simple research bench on day 17, and a bit of a farm plot going over here, so that's the food sorted. I think it's time to get the basic robotics up and running. I don't think I'm going past tier 1 robotics, though. And get some builder bots out and running. And of course, some batteries. Can't forget the batteries. If only I knew where they were in this research tree. Ah, here they are. But he went straight past them. As per usual. And you know what? I think Lowell gets an actual bed now. Well, looks like we have a heat wave to deal with now. Well, I guess we're just gonna be having some sheep for lunch. Mostly because I don't have a pen for them. And I don't have the facilities to take care of them, so, well, their lunch. Well, looks like we've got, baby's first raid to deal with. So let's just run rings around them because, they're a melee person. With a, steel knife. And first blood goes to us, so that's straight. Just try to make sure it stays that way. Anyways, that's the raider taken care of. Well, looks like Lowell finally has a table and a chair, so that's straight for morale. Ooh, hey, free composite steel from the heavens. How lovely. Kind of a trap, though. Well, looks like we have the second raiding party. Yep, just another knife user. I think, Llewellyn can handle that one on his own. Especially since, he now has a second short bow. How scary. And of course, there's a bad, tarantula, who is, dealing with the raider for us. Well, I just have to take care of that issue. Now we have another issue to worry about. We may need to deal with each other. Oh well, it's gonna be severely weakened by the time it gets to, oh well. So that's right. Yep, it's downed. So I guess those two issues took care of each other. That's nice. Well, looks like we have another method structure showing up. Let's just shut it down before it spawns anything. Oh, hey, it's even in the same spot as before. Harpedo nest this time. And those should be a bit of a pain in the butt to deal with at this, point in the game. So I'm gonna deal with that first. Like so. And oh yeah, we, finished up the battery research at some point in the past. Well, I think it's high time for, Llewellyn to move on from the travel gear to actual proper t-shirts and pants. How lovely. And you know, let's toss some, royal clothing on to the end of the list for this, research, run. And that's mostly because portable vests are a great source of money. Well, that's the smithing research completed, so that's great. And of course there's a man iguana. Why wouldn't there be a man iguana? Oh well, Llewellyn's, perfectly situated to deal with that issue. Sort of. Anyways, that's that problem sorted out. And hey, we even have iguana for lunch today. And now Llewellyn has food poisoning on day 51. Well, looks like we've got hostiles paying us a visit. Alright, where are they? Oh, all the way up here. Just one person with a club. Okay. And they're downed. And yeah, we got a death from the combat supplier, and it was a Sid Steelbone. Well, that's the fundamentals for the robotics research completed, so that's great. Well, I guess we have some dots joining in Connie. I think they're gonna be, food, though. Oh boy, now we get to deal with the plague, and I'm not at all set up for this. So manage, 4% quality. Oh dear. And that one was a 0% 10 quality. Oh dear. And 15% 10 quality for that one. Somehow the immunity is, racing ahead. And developed immunity. Good. Must be because of the, constitution that I had. Which is a good idea. And we have another death from, the trade caravan. Steel knife, normal quality, and flame bow, normal quality. I think the flame bow might be, joining the, short bow that, he has. And we have a pet iguana now. And by pet iguana, I mean iguana burgers for, lunch. Well, looks like we have a raid to deal with. Just one person, though, with a knife. Alright. I guess you're gonna be, going out there to deal with it yourself since you're the only one here. Oh, well. Alright, let's see if we had 3 hits. Nope, just 2. Oh well, I'm gonna have to live with that. Rip the dot meat. Yeah, we need to get some freezers up and running. And rip the raider. Oh well, it is what it is. They aren't very friendly anyways. Well, we finally got a freezer up and running, so that's great. And of course there's another iguana, although I think it's probably just gonna be a burger now. Well, that's machining research completed, so that's great. Well, looks like we have a couple of man-hunting monkeys, after our heads now. Or maybe they'll just, be taken care of by, this here wild man. So thanks for that. And that's a simple logic research completed, so that's great. On to the builder boss, then the solar panels, then the noble clothing, and then world clothing after that, and microelectronics. And then the fun begins. Or at least the orbital trading does. And that's better research completed, so that's great. Well, looks like we got some beavers to deal with. Oh boy. I think they already left. Well, looks like we have a gift from the traders who paid us a visit, along with the solar panel research being completed. So I think Lowell can have the recurve bow. And I have a mad tamarin. And that tamarin was dealt with by somebody else who paid us a visit. Well, I think it's time to deal with a certain food thief. Because sometimes this is really what goes down on Rimworld. And now we have to deal with the mad laundry Aaron. Oh dear. Hopefully we should be up to the challenge of dealing with that. And of course, stuff is on fire. Lovely. Oh dear. I guess this is one of the issues with the flame bow. Right, so that takes care of you. And don't save our house before it burns down. Oh well. Make sure it, Well, there goes the stove. Yeah, that was kind of a disaster. Oh well, this gives us an excuse to, upgrade the stove to a electric stove. So I guess there's that to, think about. Sensing the weakness of our colonists, a rain has appeared from the poison slickers, who was attacking immediately. Oh well. Problem is that the raider clearly did not think this through and just brought a club. We're gonna run rings around them. And that's just gonna be how it is. And now we have made, contact with the enemies. Well, enemy. Anyways, that's the threat dealt with. Ooh, hey, a convenient bolt goods trader. I think we're gonna be selling out some cloth. Like 1,000 of it. Buying some components, except they don't have any, even though they're a bolt goods trader. Let's see now, what else should we buy? Or sell. And sell some plain leather travel wear. Pictures are rather slim here. Well, I guess this'll, tide me over. Oh boy, gutworms, how fun! Well, the wall is off on a food bench. The phone straw was, bang, raw food! Yeah, I need to get you your, kitchen up and running. Kind of my fault since I didn't set this up properly. Oh well, better late than never, right? Go until you have 10. And oh yeah, turtle pots. Let's just see what's inside. Hopefully it's not too rotten yet. Where did the turtle pot and stuff go? Oh well, it is what it is. Well, the oil is off on another food bench. The phone straw was hungry. Okay. Well, I think we've hit the point where, I might need to force the, naming event to happen. Nope. Not here. Should be under more, for events. Or something like that. Well, I found it in the, here. Patching in base. Judkin sounds fine. Alright, let's just turn this, dev mode off. And that's a noble clothing research completed, so that's straight. Welcome to day 101. We got in and Braun and then self-tamed, who is, gonna be our lunch today. Tragically. Well, looks like we have a manhunter pat, to deal with. Yeah, it's Monty's. As per usual, it seems like. Oh well, it is what it is. One Monty mysteriously fell over dead. Well, looks like Lowell is running for his life from the mad iguana that decided to rock up to the colony. Let's see how well this is dealt with and if we have to worry about, patching Lowell up. Anyways, got dealt with no injuries to Lowell. Well, we have a mad Cameron on the loose, and Noah went off on a smoke leaf bench. I don't understand how that one happened if we don't have any smoke leaf. I guess we had some in the storage. Yep, it was in the storage. And if you're wondering what happened to the Tamarin, well, Lowell dealt with that thing. Anyways, it gets to be lunch. Well, that's the royal clothing research completed. On to the microelectronics. Oh, hey, turtle pods. 17 eggs, VMUs, unfertilized. What's the other one? 10 fried eggs, 14. Okay. Well, another day, another marijuana. Anyway, start that with. And yes, we actually had some herbal medicine to help with the gut worms, so hopefully that should be dealt with faster now. And it still only managed a 1.7% quality. Go figure. Well, looks like we have a manhunter pack on the way. Sun snakes. What? 2 of them. Alright, Lowell. I think you're gonna have to deal with this one yourself since you're the only one here. On that note, I should probably get you some heavier weaponry than the bows, even though they seem to be doing the job just fine right now. Because one of the manhunter pack is already dead. Will there be another one? And that's the manhunter pack dealt with. Well, Lowell went off on a tantrum. The file straw was serious pain and targeted his random things in his room. Okay. Just as long as you are aware that you are the one that has to fix all that, Lowell. Thankfully, there was no real casualties to that little rampage. Oh, hey, more cargo pods. Let's just see what's inside. Pemicin, 193. Oh, wait, we actually managed a 28% 10 quality on that gutworm. That was off on a days. The file straw was out of the environment. You know, I'm kind of regretting not researching carpet making before microelectronics. Oh well, better late than never. Well, I wonder how Lowell is going to be dealing with this raid. Especially since Lowell is off on a mental daze. I sure hope those bows are good for something. Or you snap out before or that could happen. Yeah, I guess that just happened. Noel dealt with the raider while on a mental break. Well, looks like the beavers are paying us another visit. I wonder why they're... Or, they just left. Or never showed up. Any beavers in the wildlife? Oh, just one. Literally just one. Okay. And of course it wants revenge. Why wouldn't it want revenge? Well, the alpha beaver is dealt with. Well, now we have to deal with a sympatub hunt. I guess Lowell will get on top of that real soon. Oh dear. Well, one is down, so that's straight. On to the other one. Who is already, half dead. And downed. Thankfully, it was just those 2 sympatubs, so that's nice. Well, I think it's high time we deal with the method structure that showed up, and it's a harp beetle nest. Also because I want to deal with that before it becomes a nuisance. Like so. Well, I think there was a bit of a social spat from a visiting patron that got a bit out of hand, but hey, there's 2 free fine meals. Happy happy, yoink! We are now at 298% out of 300% total 10 quantity that we need to finish up the gutworm situation. And the gutworm situation has finally been resolved for Lowell, so that's straight. And we finally finished up the microelectronics research, so we can now trade with orbital traders. Assuming I get those stuff, get that stuff built. Let's do that. So let's see, now wall-mounted orbital trade beacon can go in the freezer. And the wall-mounted comms console can go outside. Conveniently, we do have 5 components. Well, looks like we have a 2v1 to deal with. Wait, 3v1. Yeah, I'm counting the wild boar as part of that, since it's officially part of the raiding party. So, all Connors, report for active combat duty. We've got hostiles inbound. I hope I can liberate one of the, ranged weapons. Yeah, the bolt action sounds like a pretty nice upgrade. You know, it's at 51%. Well, one raider is down. So is the other one, which was the wild boar. Alright, yeah, I don't think you're gonna catch that raider. Oh dear. Well, that was a gunshot. No immediate danger though, so that's nice. Ooh, hey, we have a gift from some traders that showed up. Animals, whole flop hat, normal, good quality, and Muffalo old kid travel wear, normal quality. Okay. Well, looks like we have a manhunting pack of iguanas. Oh boy, that's 5 of them. Well, all honest, report for active combat duty. We've got hostiles inbound. Yeah, this is one of those times where I wish I had a wall. Oh well, maybe when I get the builder bots up and running, I can finally have my wall. And a hallway of traps. That'd also be nice. Then this wouldn't be an issue at all. And I wish I had some long-range guns. You know, just for better self-defense and some short bows. Even though they seem to be doing the job just fine. But only because I have so many of them attached to Lowell. Oh hey, we're down to 2, now 1. 0. So that's great. Anyways, it's time to process them down to, well, those that we can. Into, iguana burgers. Well, looks like we have a condensed sand meteorite. Which, kinda really doesn't make any sense if you, spend longer than 5 seconds thinking about it. Especially with how sand is made. Oh well, it's a video game. I'm not gonna question video game logics. Autonomous, report for active combat duty. We got hostiles inbound. So, by that I mean just Lowell. Go on, get the auto pistol, user. Right, so we can just, grab the auto pistol now. For ourselves. Hot dog! Free auto pistol! Right, so now they're beginning their assault. Take out the machine pistol, and that's exactly what I wanted. Go chase down the last person, too. No survivors. Alright, that takes care of that raid. Just gotta take the loot, too. At least it's stuff that's valuable. And, really? Am I out of storage space? No, I'm not. The game is lying. And yeah, we're buying our first builder bot. Do I have enough for another, hauler base station? Nope. Survey says no. That's a bummer. Oh well, at least the builder bot will be good enough to get us started. Oh boy, the plague! How fun! Said no one ever. Well, Lowell is off hiding in his room. Have fun, Lowell. And evolved immunity. So that's great. What is not great is the starvation. Well, that issue sorted itself out. Well, looks like we need to go save Builderbot 1 from the Manrose Flamingo that is currently attacking it. Yeah, the Builderbot got friendly fire, but we took out the, Flamingo. Oh well. Oh, it needs 2 components. Whoops. Yeah, let's just say I've been, making enough fries where I can just buy just a few components. Just a few. Try all of them. Nope, no Builderbot or anything else that I could buy. Along those lines. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, looks like we have 2 Builderbots now. So that's great. And well, I'd love to take Sam, but well, this is a one colonist only run. We're not allowed to have any other help outside of the Builderbots and the, other robots that I might acquire. Well, we can now make carpets now, so that's great. In fact, let's do the bedroom for Lowell that I made. Dark olive. As per usual. And that should take care of that. Lowell is off on a food binge. The first straw was observed rotting corpse. Well, we finally upgraded to the high-tech research bench, so that's great. Oh boy, looks like we have some mad tamarins to deal with. Autonomous, report for active combat duty. We have hostiles inbound. And they're coming in from up north, and they're coming in hot. Three of them. Let's just send the battle bots back to their base stations, just so they're not impacted by this at all. Yeah, I guess the whole overwhelming them with as many bullets as possible strat is working out pretty well for us. See? That's that issue taken care of. Well, looks like we have another method structure to deal with. You know the drill. Except there's something different this time because it actually managed to get its spawn off. Well, one's dead. Do the other one. Alright, so they're both dealt with. And at 19% health for the heart beetle death, so that was something. Oh well, I guess we're having Kentucky Fried Heart Beetle for lunch at some point. Well, we can now manufacture our own hauler box, which is gonna be pretty great for cleaning up this mess that is a Quarry. Yeah, we have a defoliator ship, so, let's see, we have a Scorcher, a Pikeman, a Miltor, and another Pikeman. Wonder how I'm gonna deal with this hot mess. Anyways, that's Lowell's issue to sort out. Please go out to the Scorcher first. Just keep moving. Right, so the Scorcher's down. Just make sure they can't hit you at all. And they seem to be having issues with that, so that's great. For us, not them. Right, too far. Right, so first 2 hits on us. Can you get some sneaky healing going on? Thankfully, I had some herbal medicine on Lowell. Alright, so we did get some sneaky healing in. And one pikeman just mysteriously fell over dead. How convenient. Now we had to have that happen to the other pikeman. Yep. That takes care of that. And now we just have to destroy the defoliator ship. And that takes care of that. Ooh, hey, a free advanced component and a free regular component. 2 things that I desperately need. Well, looks like the snow has really set in and the Oasis here. Well, that's a tractor research completed, so that's great. Well, I can now make my own guns, so that's great. Like bolt actions and stuff like that. And that's the electric stone cutting research completed, so that's great. Well, I can now make my own ER bot, so that's gonna be great for survivability. And that's a touching robot completed, so that's great. Or rather, the research for it. In recent news, we have a Rose Flamingo that's self-tamed. And of course, a manhunting pack on the way. Which is, Palm Warblers. I hope I said that correctly. 15 of them! Oh boy! Autonomous, report for active combat duty. We've got hostiles inbound. Recall all the bots. I sure wish I had some machine pistols that weren't half broken, but oh well. I guess this one will do. For now. Speaking of machine pistols, I should probably put that on the list of things to research along with gas operation and oh yeah, microelectronics. And by that I mean multi-analyzers. Same thing really, since they have the same research point requirements. Thankfully these things seem to be going down rather easily. Not on one, of course. And well, we are now in melee combat range. Thankfully we're dealing with all of them. Death in 16 hours. Yikes! You know what, I think I'm just gonna return this Flamingo back to the wild. Well, looks like we have a builder dropping in named Cave from the sky. Problem is that this is a solo colony run. Sorry, Cave. Well, looks like we've got a Metroid cluster to worry about. I think that can wait until after I get the blowback operation up and running. Because now I can make my own machine pistols. How lovely! I need at least, I want to say 5. Well, looks like we got Metroids coming out of the ancient danger. We call the bots. Yeah, I think this is one of those threats that I have to confront myself. Well, the Meltor is offline, so that's great for us. And now the Scorcher is offline, so, well, the Tessron, I should say. And there's a pikeman. And hey, we have a free Psychic Animal Pulsar. Psychic Suits Pulsar, and a 6 glitter road medicine. How lovely! Well, I think it's high time to confront the Metroid cluster. Just started coming from a angle where they can't hit us initially. Like right here. Destroy the sun blocker, please. First. And that takes care of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna force the turrets to, shoot at me from the safety behind this wall. Seem to be hitting the wall more than the turrets. Well, one of the mini sluggers went boom. So that's great for me. And this auto charge turret is gonna go boom. Just like that. Alright, let's go get the last remaining auto charge turret to go boom. Just gotta hide behind the wall a little bit. Didn't go boom, but we still won, so that's great. Oh hey, a Chimchun fell for this die. How convenient! Free components! Especially since I'm actually running low on components. And we now have the first DR base station, so that's great that we have a doctor on hand now. Well, looks like we have a transport pod crashing in from the heavens containing Maverick. Problem is that we are kind of a solo colonist run, so sorry Maverick. The only company in this colony for Lowell is gonna be the droids. And that's the gas operation research completed, so that's great. Now we can upgrade to LMGs, so that would be lovely. Well, looks like I found some bots to help clean up the place a bit, so that's great. And let's pick up some more components too, which would be lovely so we can now make our own bots. Again, you know, we've kind of already been doing that. The problem is that the resources haven't been coming in very quick from the mines. Well, we can now make our own cleaner bots, so that's great. Back to multi-analyzers. Well, looks like we've got some manhunter pads coming in. Or at least just one of them. Manhunting, tarantulas. Probably a spider of some kind, if I had to guess. Yep. How about tarantula? At least, that's what it is, according to the mod. Anyways, it's time to recall all the bots. And make sure they don't suffer for this. Oh well, that is your job to handle. Hopefully with enough bullets flying at the enemy, we should be able to easily deal with this issue. So far that is indeed the case. There's 2 are already downed. Just need to drop the 3rd one. That takes care of that raid. Or manhunter pack. Looks like there's a psychic drone, that's aimed at a man. So, Lowell, basically. So he can't be very happy about that. Well, looks like we have a siege giant, going on. Oh my. Well, so let's see, we've got frag grenades, pump shotguns, at least 3 of them, and a couple of bottle pistols to worry about. Oh well. Hopefully, Lowell is up to the challenge in dealing with that mess. Autonomous report for active combat duty, so that's basically just Lowell. We got hostiles incoming, and we're just going to go run out and just fight them on the streets. So one's down. They need to start getting worse at, landing headshots and, oh well, not better. Alright, shoot the knife wielder, please. So that takes care of you. I really should have armor for Lowell at this point. See? Anyways, somehow that takes care of that. Time for the ER bot to come into play. Yoo-hoo, ER bot. Time for you to shine, because this is literally why I built you. Death in 4, death in 3, and saved. Good. Right, let's just gather up all the weapons. Ooh, hey, Lowell is back on his feet again, so that's straight. And there's a bad Cameron attacking our, cleaner bot. Oh well, that's your job to worry about. Anyways, the Tamarin is downed, so that's straight. Ooh, hey, cargo pods, let's just see what's inside. Sartite team, 57 of them to be exact. Yoink! And somebody had Luciferium. Somebody go haul that in before it rots. Just so we can sell it. Ooh, hey, silver ore meteorite. I guess that's just some free silver for us. So that's straight. Well, now we have a volcanic winter to deal with. So I guess it's time to put hydroponics onto the list of things to research. On with autodoors. Geothermal power. Right after I find some armor for, Lowell. Well, that's multi-analyzer research completed, so that's straight. On to the hydroponics. And then the autodoor. Well, I think it's high time to research some actual armor for Lowell. I do have the wall-mounted multi-analyzer built now. I guess we can do marine armor since that's the best one that we can research right now. Well, it's high time to deal with the mad tamarins that are literally outside our door. Well, hopefully the cleaner bot can distract some of them from Lowell. Because this was not a good idea. Somehow, the cleaner bot won the fight with the, Camerons, so that's kind of amusing. Right, so we can now make our own autodoors, so that's great. Well, we have a Dunbar to worry about. I think that's Lowell's job, since, he's the only one in the colony that can actually fight. Probably not this close. Alright, nice and easy now. Yeah, it was easy. Well, I guess we're having Dunbar, burgers for dinner tonight. And we can now make our own components, so that's lovely. The problem is that we don't have the room for the fabrication bench in the production facility, so I guess it's time to expand that. Well, there's a cyclotron, medium that's aimed at the men, so Lowell's gonna be grouchy for the next, hot minute. And of course we have a wanderer who wants to join, Sucker Hunter. But that shooting still level 8. I'd love to take you, but, rules prevent me from doing that. Lowell is off on a days. The post draw was moderate cyclotron. Literally nothing I can do for you there, Lowell. Yeah, I think building a wall is necessary at this point, especially since Lowell is kind of on a mental break. And I'd like some way of defending the colony in that event. And currently, right now, I don't have that. Well, looks like we've got a Metroid cluster incoming. With the weather controller that's set to fog. Oh well, it is what it is. First it's Metroids, now it's haunted Fallout. How lovely! Said no one ever. Ooh hey, some free steel and some components. Yoink! I think that's the Butterbot's issue though, since it's haunted Fallout. And of course the Metroid cluster. Another one. How lovely! Inside the base this time. Well, Autonomous report for active combat duty, so that's basically just Lowell. Do I have any LMGs in here? Nope, not this one, or this one, or this one, so the answer is no. Oh, they're up now. Alright, distress the, mentoring cluster for me, please. Right, so this is a defoliator on top of the fog machine. Oh dear. Recall on the bots. Right, so Lowell's injured. Death in 22 hours. Alright, death in 9. Alright, so there goes that batch of turrets. Lowell, you need to get yourself fixed up. After you deal with the Minotaur. It's currently trying to break our stuff. Alright, so that takes care of that, and, Lowell. Go get yourself patched up. Alright, man, it's time to go, shoot down the turrets. Over, for this Metroid cluster. And of course there's a Manhunter pack. Why wouldn't there be a Manhunter pack? Oh well, that's a, lots of doors that pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now. Type of issue. In other words, literally not my problem. Right now I'm dealing with the Metroid cluster that is my problem. And Noel just went down. Go figure. Oh well, at least he took out the turrets. Just like that. And Noel just got back up on his feet. That's good. Well, you certainly picked the wrong time to show up, to the style. Right, Kanto? Alright, it's time to take out the defoliator, and so rudely parked itself in my colony. Just like that. Well, the toxic pilot is over, so that's great. The Manhunter pack is still, beating down our walls, though. Or rather, at the walls. Sandstalker, times 12 if you're wondering. Well, that's the recon armor research completed, so that's right. On to the marine armor. And yeah, I'm gonna open up the wall up here with a builder bot. Or something. And just let the, pack come in. Or, maybe not. Maybe they'll just, go away on their own, so that's great. Well, Lowell is fully healed, so that's great news. It's also time for you to deal with that Metroid cluster before it activates. Right, so it's open. Alright, time to lead the Metroids to the Hologram traps. Well, lock everybody inside of everyone and pretend the outside world doesn't exist, because right now, punchy speaking, it doesn't. At least not until the Metroids are cleared out. Alright, so Lowell is basically back on his feet again. Alrighty then, I guess it's time for round 2. And nailed. By the Metroids. Alright, so the Scyther's down. That's in 11 hours. I think Lowell can just go back home to get patched back up. Again, by the ER bot. Oh wait, looks like the Pikeman has decided to go to the Hologram transfer finally. So that's great. Well, we need 2 advanced opponents for the fabrication bench, and we only have 1 right now, so let's just buy the other one. What else should we buy? Or I guess that can just be it. Right, Lowell is back on his feet again, so I guess it's time to play chicken with the Metroids again. And I think the Metroid cluster has activated the force weather. Yeah, it has. Oh well, it's just fog. I don't mind the fog. So how do I not mess this one up? Come on, just shoot the power cell. Right, so that took out most of the turrets. And there goes the last one, and, just destroy the, pod machine. And that takes care of that, so that's great. That issue is properly dealt with. Well, a new issue popped up. It's called, Marine. I think this is gonna be one of those Hollywood traps issue. So I've got 3 raiders down here. And, 3 raiders over here. I think I'll send Lowell out to deal with this, batch of raiders and, let the Hollywood trap sort out the rest. And recall the bots. Alright, Lowell, time for you to get out there and go, bond some raiders over the head. Alright, contact has been made with the enemy. And immediately got dinged. Right, so, they're beginning their assault, at least this batch is. Anyways, they can have fun getting past the Hollywood traps. Please hurry up and deal with the issue, Lowell. You don't have any armor, even though I'm in the process of fixing that. Right, so this batch of raiders is now fleeing, so that's great. Anyways, just let him leave. We have no further quarrel with that batch of raiders. In fact, you should just go in it and get yourself patched up and let the Hollywood trap sort out the other batch. Especially since there's 4 raiders in this batch of raiders. And they're beginning their assault. Let's see how this one goes. Yep, Hollywood traps. Buddy, aren't you supposed to be leaving? Well, if you wanted to leave through the, base, I guess, Lowell has a debt for you. Count some bullets. Well, that's that issue sorted out. Well, I think after, marine armor, I'm gonna pick up some advanced fabrication technology. Along with bionic replacements. And of course, do the tier 2 robots, since I think that's, pretty much necessary at this point in the game. That's tier 3, where's the tier 2? Ah, all the way up here. Well, we can now make our own marine armor if we had the resources for it, but, I don't think we have enough resources for marine armor. Yep, definitely not enough. It's mostly because of the advanced components that it takes. Well, we can now make, tier 2 robots, so that's great. Of course, we should probably, train Lowell's, crafting skills, so I'll have to make some formal vests for you, Lowell. And of course we did a raid from the Med Hive. Can I just ignore this raid and just send it to the Hollywood traps? Yep, it's a Hollywood traps issue. I should probably build some more traps. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna be doing, is build more traps. Some of them is gonna be out of uranium, and that's just gonna be how it is. Yeah, I probably should have researched turrets. Oh well, it is what it is right now. And here they come. Lock everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist for right now. Because right now, functionally speaking, it doesn't. And yep, the traps I had were enough to deal with that issue, so that's great. Well, it's another day, another raid, and, yeah. It's one of these raids. Chain shotgun, mini grenades, auto pistols, and a revolver, 2 machine pistols, and a pump shotgun, at least 1. Thankfully, this is one of those raids that I think we can just ignore. Yeah, they're just trying to go through the Hollywood traps and, well, run into the traps for me, so that's great. I'll take everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist because, functionally speaking, right now, it doesn't. And here they come. Yeah, those raiders are not having a fun time. And of course they go straight for the door. And I think they got the memo. Okay. Well, looks like we have a transport pod crashing in from the heavens detaining Harley. Best stat, medical, still level 10. Normally I'd take you, but, the rules prevent me from taking you. Sorry. And hey, we've hit level 7 in crafting. Where are the components at, level-wise? Oh hey, level 8. So not quite there. Oh boy, looks like we have another siege, and apparently we finished up the tier 2 robots at some point. Right, where are the siege? Because I think Lowell might be going out to manually confront them. Alright, so they've landed. Let's just see what they have. So a couple of revolvers, pump shotgun, 2 auto pistols, 3 heavy SMGs, 1 bio-turret chain shotgun, so that's gonna be pointless for us, and some knives. Alright, Lowell, time for you to shine. I know, how tragic. Let's add some more points into Constitution before we, let you go. Thankfully, there's no long-range weapons on them yet. And of course, they're going in on us immediately. Alright, let's hope this goes well. Yeah, I really need to get Lowell some more LMGs. That'd be lovely. Alright, start heading back to base and hopefully get there before they do. And force them to go through the hallway of traps and get some sneaky healing in. That's in 8 hours, by the way. Well, the door closing time, yes it will. 10 to Lowell. Alright, so did this work? So far, service says yes. Alright, nice and easy now. Okay, so that got the rest of them. So that's great. And now we have 2 free revolvers and a heavy SMG and a machine pistol that's poor and deteriorating and an auto pistol. That's part of the loot. And of course a bolt action. Well, looks like we've had a transport pod crashing from the heavens inside the base. Normally I'd take Matthew, but yeah. Unfortunately, the rules prevent it, so I'm just going to pretend Matthew doesn't exist. Although I guess I could just stabilize the bleeding. The real question is will Matthew make it past the hallway of traps? Service says no. Well, Lowell finally had crafting level 8, so he did not make components, so that's great. Along with the crafter bot tier 2. That can also make components. Well, we can finally make our own advanced components, so that's great. Prosthetics is next. So let's start making our own advanced components. Like so. And then finally make the marine armor for Lowell. Make marine helmet, then marine armor. Well, we can now make our own prosthetics, so that's great. Well, looks like some orchid birds are mad now. So I guess it's time to lock the doors and pretend the outside world doesn't exist, because that's the correct thing to do in this situation. And that's the bionic replacements research completed, so that's great. You know what, let's finally research the gun turrets, so I can have some extra help in fending off the raids if they breach the walls. What else do I want on this list? I guess the endless progress can be done. And that's the gun turrets research completed, so that's great. Ooh, hey, looks like we have a quest for Yetikin of Fortune. Basically, they want me to deal with 2 groups of 10 scavenger thrashers. You know what, I think that's a hallway of traps issue, and I'll take it for 8 honor. And that's a tube television research completed, so that's great. You know what? Let's finally open this hermetic crate. And in recent news, Lowell is fully armored. So I think that's gonna be Lowell's job. Still trainer, social. Okay. Time to go poke the ancient Christmas League caskets. And I think that is also gonna be Lowell's job. And hostile enemies, go figure. Let's see, bolt action, and scatterball. And of course we have some beavers to worry about. Thankfully, Lowell is fully armored, so that's why Lowell gets to do this. Yep, that takes care of that issue. Go poke this area with the door. And nothing. Don't fit here. Alright, Lowell, how badly injured are you? Oh, not too bad. Just some bruises and one crush to the stomach that was from the bolt action that is bleeding slightly. And of course we've got some beavers to deal with, although I think they already vacated the map. Nope, there is one alpha beaver. One. Anyways, it's probably gonna be a alpha beaver breakfast for a while. Well, looks like Lowell is getting the alpha beaver breakfast at some point. Alright, Montanas prepared to defend the colony, and that's basically just Lowell. Time for you to leave. And just let him out. See if you can't recall the bots too. Cause I'm probably gonna drag them over to the turrets. And there goes the bad. Well, Lowell's room is destroyed. Alright, we're at Builderbot Tier 1 3. And Tier 1 4. Please stop wrecking my stuff. Okay, so they're fleeing now. Good. And I just had to prevent them from wrecking my stuff further. And it is that Ryder went out to the wrong place. Right, Iguana went berserk. Not my problem, although I think I'm still gonna deal with it anyways. Hopefully I can get there before the iguana destroys the door for realsies. And that takes care of that. Oh, Thomas, report for active combat duty. We have a siege incoming. Close that door. Oh well, that means you. And of course it's by the same group of people. And they're coming in hot up here. Alright, Lowell, that's your job. Don't let them set up anywhere. What am I dealing with? So let's see, we've got a couple of auto pistols, one pop fire foam, 2 LMGs, that's our stick, 5-toted modular flatter, 1 sniper rifle, a knife of some kind, a revolver, and a minigun. I think this is a Lowell job. Alright, hopefully they should have the mortars setting up. Or at least in the process. Before I go in and just blenderize a bunch of them. And one round is out. Alright, so they're beginning their assault. Lowell, run! Run, Lowell, run! And of course we got a mad time raid. Go figure! And see, not even related. Alright, Lowell, time for you to just flee. Those two raids can take each other out. Okay, so the first raid is fleeing, so that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to patch in that hole. Oh dear. I'll set it straight for the metanoids. Run, Lowell, run! Well, Lowell is officially a freeholder now. I think the metanoids can just go through the hallway of traps. So lock everybody inside of Area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist. Because right now it doesn't. Especially not for Lowell. And that takes care of the metanoids. Hippity hoppity, I have 2 free mortars. How lovely. And a reinforced barrel, 9 high explosive shells, and whatever other goodies are out there. Well, we do not make flat screen television, so that's great. And I just noticed that there is a kind of a massive hole in the walls of our production facility, which is not great. Anyway, it's time for the builder bots to fix that. Another day, another heartbeat of death. Well, that's unfortunately your job. Right, so that takes care of that. Well, I guess I did forget about the harpsichord and the piano. In fact, let's put the piano into the front. Well, we can now make our own harp, so that's great. And that's the harpsichord research completed, so that's great. Oh, hey, I found the first cataphract armored cat print, so yoink. Time to dump the rest of the junk that I have in my storage system. Well, looks like the water wants to join links. Plus, melee, still 11. Only at 1, but the rules prevent me from taking you. Sorry, Links. Maybe next time. And yeah, I guess I'm overdue for the advanced nuclear power plant upgrade. I think that should go before the endless progress research. Well, that's the piano research completed, so that's great. Well, looks like we had a transport pod come crashing in through the heavens, and it contains Pete. Best at melee is still 11. And he's gonna be suffering from paralytic aplasia. Unfortunately, this is a solo Conus run. Sorry, Pete. Maybe next time. Well, looks like Lowell has a suitable throne room now. Yep, we are accepting that ceremony. Right, we did. That doesn't seem like the threat's room. Oh well, it is what it is, and it was honorable anyway, so that's great. So that's a +1 honor. And now Lowell needs a meditation spot, so it's this one. Well, we can now make our own miniguns and other such weapons, along with some anti-aircraft, which would deal with the drop pod raids, which would be nice. And I think that's what we're going to be doing. And I can just go in right here, and that should take care of the issue for us. If you're wondering, I'm not a quest to take care of 6 prisoners that I'm probably going to set for +12 honor. And I have to teach them for 15 days. So, I think I'm going to be doing this one. I don't have a prison yet, so that's what I'm doing here. I don't plan on keeping them either. So technically it's not a rule violation. And now we have some manadronas to deal with. Oh well, that's a lots of doors that pretend the outside world doesn't exist right now issue. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And well, I think it's time to assess the prisoners. What's Lowell? Alright, Lowell. Time for you to be a warden. Well, looks like we've got a raid incoming, and there are multiple groups, and approaching from several different angles. Launching this is one of those raids that I can just ignore, if I wanted to. Oh well, this is your job. And of course, I know a lot of the robots inside of Area 1, and we have made contact with the enemy. And oh hey, looks like there are some mini grenades in there. Alright, so they're beginning their assault. At least this batch of raiders is. And now they're fleeing. Good. Alright, how badly wounded are you? Not too badly. Good. Alright, Lowell. Time for you to go confront the other enemies. Like this batch of raiders. And they're beginning their assault on the colony anyways. Start moving backwards. Because I think this is literally the only way we can win this raid. Alright, so that batch of raiders is fleeing. Good, let them leave. Dump another point into agility since Constitution is up to 206. And if you happen to accidentally use the one as target practice, well, oh well. That's the way they try to crumble sometimes. Yeah, I really need to start upgrading the LMGs to miniguns at some point, since I've got the tech for that now. Alright, so that's that raider dealt with. Just keep moving, just keep moving. Just keep moving. And a palm warbler's just self-tamed. You picked a pretty bad time to do that. Or maybe a good time, because it should be a distraction for the raiders. Alright, so now they're fleeing. Good. And one of them even went through the Hollywood traps. Alright, that takes care of that raid. And good news, the palm warblers survived. So that's great. Oh, hey, I found the second counterparts tag print. I don't have the money for that, though. Maybe if I sold off one of the old marine armor. And the harpist sword. And some gold. At least 100 of it. Then I can afford it. Just fine. Go apply that one. LOL, please. Right, so we can now research the catapult armor, which is going to be a lovely upgrade. Well, that's a geothermal power research completed. On to the advanced geothermal power. Well, I wonder who wants to join named Cass. Best at animals to level 1. Child. Sorry, Cass. Only I want, but the rules prevent me. You know, with the dough going on, it's a good thing we don't rely on fish for our food. And that's the advanced geothermal power research completed, so that's great. On to the advanced nuclear power plants. Oh, hey, looks like we have some free silver. So let's go and loot it. And it's all the way up here. Oh, well, that's an issue for the builder bots to sort out. Well, I think it's time to dump some gold on the royal tribute collector that showed up. Try all of it. And I can now do the Praetor ceremony. So let's do the Praetor ceremony. Alright, so they're here now. Begin bestowing ceremony. I hope it's a good one. Knowing my luck, I'm probably just gonna roll the terrible one. Let's see, what will I get? And it was unimpressive. And we have a Praetor. Alright, and now I need a more dignified veteran than this one. Oh dear. I guess I could just build it out here. I needed to remodel it anyways. Well, that's the advanced nuclear power research completed. On to utility columns. And I think it's high time we replace the old solar/wind farm setup. Mostly because I'm starting to run out of power a little bit. I think that 2 should do it for right now. And that's just going to replace the entire setup for the power. Which would be lovely. Well, looks like we have a raid to deal with from the Mud Hive. And the prisoners need to leave in 3 days. Hopefully I can load up the prisoners first. So, auto-load, and hopefully the Mud Hive will let me get away with this one. Actually, what am I dealing with anyways? Oh. So, let's see, I've got 1 Scyther, 3 Lancers, 1 Minotaur, 1 Pikeman, and 3 Centipede Blasters to worry about. Thankfully, the shuttle landed in an area that's gonna be, farther away than they'd like. Because they're just gonna end up in the Hollywood traps. If I have anything to say, about it. So, with that in mind, lock the robots inside of Area 1. Is that all of the prisoners? Yeah, it does appear to be all of the prisoners. And, launch. And I can now become a Baron. How lovely. And of course, keep Lowell inside of Area 1. They can just choke on the Hollywood traps as far as I'm concerned about the Machinoids. And so far, that's exactly what they seem to be doing. The Centipede Blasters made it rather far, though. Then it could pass the Hollywood traps, though. Right, so right now the bedroom over here needs a end table and a dresser, which is going to be rather easy to fulfill, especially if I make it out of marble. And make sure this doesn't actually get any items. It's just there for decoration and to fulfill the requirements. Right, so that takes care of Lowell's need for a impressive bedroom, so that's great. Well, I think it's high time Lowell becomes a baron. It's that. I guess it's time for you to do your ceremony. And let's see what quality we'll get. Hopefully it's better than unimpressive, that's for sure. And of course, it dismiss all these notifications. I don't know why there isn't a dismiss all notifications button in Rimworld. Honorable. So I have +1 honor, so that's great. Well, I need 8 more honor for the Archon title. Well, apparently Lowell needs a drape in his bedroom. Oh, it doesn't make some sort of sense. And let's just do 2, like so. And you know what? Let's switch these over to guests. And just to make it fair for the challenge, I'm going to disable them helping. Alright, so they don't get to help at all. Oh, hey, free uranium. Let's just see where it landed. Oh my, that almost hit the hotel. Well, I guess it's free uranium, though. And we can now build the utility comms, so that's great. Well, looks like we have a wanderer who wants to join Fish. Fast at mining still level 20. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to accept, other people into this colony, so sorry, Fish. Well, that's mortars research completed, so we can now make things like EMP shells and high explosive shells, along with the actual mortars themselves, so that's great. Well, looks like we have some hostile visitors paying us a visit. Neanderthals. They're attacking immediately. So I think this might be one of those, let the Holly on Travis take care of it type of raids. What are we even dealing with anyways? Just melee. I'm pretty sure Lowell can handle that, himself, though. With that in mind, Lowell, time for you to, report for active combat duty. We've got hostiles inbound. Well, let's hope this goes well. Otherwise, I don't look like a big fat liar. One's already down. And hey, this is going to be great for leveling him. And oh yeah, before I forget, we call on the bots. So they can be safe. Anyways, they took enough casualties that convinced them to, well, just leave. Well, I think it's high time to start cranking out some miniguns. Well, looks like somebody has the flu. Oh, well. Well, looks like the, flu has been dealt with. So that's right. Well, looks like we had the first batch of visitors to our hotel. And we have a store sending 8 from that batch of guests. And a gift. 25 steel bone. Well, that's the long-range mineral scanning research completed, so that's right. Well, looks like we got a pretty big raid showing up. I don't think this is one we can ignore. Oh my, that's a Doomsday rocket launcher. 2 of them even. Well, I hope Lowell can make it through. So with that in mind, recall on the bots. Or maybe they'll just be dumb and go straight through the Holly of Traps. Yep, they're going straight through the Holly of Traps. Go figure. So I guess they weren't that clever after all, since they didn't make it past the Holly of Traps, because I thought they were just going to breach the walls. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, we can now make our own Devil Strand, so that's straight. And we can even throw it in these auto hydroponic basins, so that's straight. Well, looks like we have a transport pod crashing in from the heavens containing, Acosta. Past that, I tested still level 16. Normally I would, but, well, let's just say the rules prevent me. Well, that's a Starflight base. It's research completed, so that's straight. Hold on, as prepared for active combat duty, we have, hostile visitors, and I don't think we can ignore this one. Yeah, and they intend to breach the walls. So, Lowell, get your butt down there. And they're already through. Got the points into agility. Will this actually do anything? Or am I just, barking at the wrong tree with that? Just keep moving backwards. And maybe recall on the robots. Alright, nice and easy now. Oh, doesn't need to get hurt. But, I'm looking at some jerks that do need to get hurt. In the name of the Tawny, of course. Alright, so now they're fleeing. And I can, have the builder bots repair the base. Because, boy, do we need it. Speaking of things I need to do for this, colony, research heavy bridges, please. And that's heavy bridges research completed. So I can probably make the, walls a bit thicker now. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, I don't have to build a very big bridge for that. Well, I'd like to get, Lowell here up to the Archon rank. Rank of the Empire. Fortunately, there's a quest, for that. Unfortunately, it's one of those, protect the down shuttle, quests. For plus 12 honor. Oh dear. Alright, Lowell. Let's hope this, goes well. Get your butt up there. Well, here comes the enemy that we have to, defeat. Boy, I hope I have enough miniguns for this mess. And Lowell's down. Go figure. And they're fleeing, good. Thankfully, there's no immediate danger on Lowell. And, I just unforbid everything. And of course, Lowell is back on his feet again, so that's great. Not healed yet. Alright, who did we have to, save? Choto. So... go load, Choto. Carry Choto to the shuttle. Please, Lowell. Anyways, that takes care of that. And oh, hey, we even have a free shuttle engine out of that. Yoink! And oh, hey, we finished up the, critically casted research, so that's nice. A while ago, anyways. And now Lowell is dealing with the flu. Hopefully that should pass quickly. It should. Considering the constitution level and the World medicine. But, unfortunately we now have a cyclone high aimed at the man, so that's basically Lowell. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna be rather grumpy about that. Well, that's the vacuum critically casted research completed, so that's great. Well, looks like we have some metanoids planets to visit. Oh my, that's a lot. I think this is a Highway of Trust issue. And not a, Lowell issue. So, I'm just gonna launch everybody, behind Area 1, and pretend the outside world doesn't exist. Because right now, functionally speaking, it doesn't. Besides, there are some pretty scary metanoids outside. And here they come. Millennium to make it through. Service says no. Well, looks like we have some guests for the hotel, so let's just see who's paying us a visit. Oh, boo. Okay. And this is the part where I realize that I don't have enough guest rooms for all of them because, that's a good group of 8. If you, notice, I only have, 6 guest beds. That's a problem, so I'm tacking on, 4 more. Well, that's the machine persuasion research completed, so that's straight. And I forgot to do, Lowell's Archon ceremony, so... Right, this room doesn't meet the impressiveness. 129 out of 160. Well, I think I might know how to fix that issue. It's called statues. And by that I mean sculptures. Same thing, really. So let's make it out of marble. Oh well. That is your problem to sort out. You're the only one here that can actually do the artwork. And we have a perfect score of 100, somehow. And a gift. 155 silver. Well, it was a good grand marble sculpture, so let's just chuck it in here. Does that fulfill the quest requirements? Somehow? No. It's the throne room. Right. I was barking on the wrong tree. How about now? Nope. Well, we have another grand sculpture. This time it's poor quality, though. This carving bears an artwork of the Crouchable Tier 2, polishing the surface of an advanced opponent while covered in grime. The advanced opponent goes a soft red. There's a cherry tree out to one side. The work is shaded in hues of white and orange. And, yeah. Let's get it into the throne room. And that did not satisfy the room impressiveness requirements because, yeah, that requires 4 more points in that regard. And I guess that poor quality sculpture did not do the trick. I just always can make it feel more. Well, looks like I have a new batch of visitors from Obu again. So that's nice. The real question is do I have enough beds for all of them? Yeah, I do. Ooh, hey, this time I have a normal quality grand sculpture. Let's see if this does it. You know, I'm kind of running out of time on the timer. Oh well. It is what it is. Nope. 1 more point. And it's a poor quality grand sculpture, so I think that should do the trick. And of course we have a raid. Why wouldn't we have a raid? And oh my goodness, that's a lot. 101 humans. Well, you know, I think this should be a Hollywood trap session to sort out. Because I don't think they're smart enough to bash down the walls. Nope. They're not smart enough. Okay, lock everybody inside of everyone and pretend the outside world doesn't exist because right now, functionally, it doesn't. Also because there are some pretty scary big raiders crawling around outside. Well, so much for maintaining structural integrity because it does just puts the wrong spot to go out. And they're playing the base anyways. Oh well. I guess that takes care of that problem. Well, looks like we have a manhunter pack on the way. Tarantulas. In other words, spiders. Big scary spiders. In other words, these things. 64 of them to be exact. Yep, this is a lots of doors that pretend the outside world doesn't exist because I think they're all going to be heading towards the hallway of traps. Anyways, that's not a problem. Yet. Assuming the dust doesn't make it our problem. Or some silly robot doesn't get up and make it our problem. Oh well, you're all heavily injured anyways. Oh well, get out there and don't save Butterbot. Whatever. Rip Butterbot, tier 2 6. And we somehow got a score of -23 from our guest. Oh well, it is what it is. Looks like we had the Cosmic Corporation paying us a visit. Well, looks like I have a raid to worry about. Attacking immediately and they're probably just gonna go straight for the hallway of traps, so I think this is a lock everybody inside of area 1 and pretend the outside world doesn't exist, because right now, functionally speaking, it doesn't. And of course the guys decided to leave us with a score of 39 and a gift. These anvil. Pole touching rifle. Masterwork quality. Okay. I sure hope they don't go out to the hallway of traps. I don't think they are, though. Good. Anyways, the writers just left. Well, I think I've hit a perfect stopping point for this video. And the series. So, like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video and its playlist. All over social media phone to help out the channel and you enter them for free. And, yeah, I probably will be, doing a part 2 of this series. Well, year 2, anyways. Mostly because I want to actually do the Royal Ascent quest. It was mostly the throne room impressiveness that tripped me up this time around. So yeah, I think that's going to be the next series. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow, so stay tuned for that one. Bye.